Ben Platt. Just kidding, I don't know. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Best Actor nominees for the 2017 Tonys can be separated into 5 distinct archetypes. Now, keep in mind, I'm calling this without seeing 4 out of the 5 shows, because that is literally impossible for me. But also, you don't need to see all 5, because I don't think it matters. I think they're probably just gonna vote for who they're gonna vote for anyway. Does that sound familiar? Alright, so you've got David Hyde Pierce in Hello, Dolly. He's been around the block a few times. He's gotten a Tony already for leading actor, but he's getting up there in age, and who knows how many he's gonna be around for. On the other hand, Hello, Dolly. It's not really about him, is it? It's about Bette Midler. I don't know what the demographics of Tony voters are, but I'm guessing it's probably a little like the Oscars and apparently every other award show, which is like mostly old people, mostly white, mostly men, I guess. So maybe they'll see that and they'll be like, David Hyde Pierce, that is a man that could have been me. Let's give him a Tony. But maybe not. Then you've got Christian Borle. And Christian Borle is like known. He's a known male lead actor. He's kind of like Patti LuPone, because people know him. I don't know if I really want to compare those two, but I did anyway. He's won 2 Tonys already. He's like an established actor. He's Meryl Streep. Why can't I think of any good male counterparts? He's like in the height of his career, he's in his heyday, although Falsettos didn't run for very long and nobody seems to remember it, but maybe they're like, hey, nobody remembered it. Here's a Best Leading Actor Tony. Or they could be like, yeah, but you're like starring in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, so you've kind of hit like commercial success. I don't feel like you really need this. Alright, who's left? Josh Groban, Andy Karl, Ben Platt. This is Josh Groban's first time on Broadway. Not his first time in a show, because it was Anatolian Chess, which was great. So the voters might be like, well, he's just stepped into the scene. We're not going to give our most prestigious award to him. But if they're thinking like, we need to get stars in here, right, to start making money, that's why they've got Brendan Urie going in Kinky Boots, which is great. I mean, I love him. I would go see it if I had the ability to go see it. But they like, maybe they want to, you know, reward outside people for coming in to Broadway, because that will drive people, tourists, into those shows. Maybe they're like, all right, here's an incentive for you to get us more money. And completely irrelevant of anyone's performance, because award shows are entirely political, probably. So, Andy Karl and Ben Platt. Here is the duel of the century. Now, I know that most of you watching, probably like 99.89% of you are like, oh my god, I love Ben Platt so much. I just want him to win everything. I love him so much. His voice is so great. I just wish I could go see Dear Evan Hansen in person, because I could go see his lovely voice and be touched by an angel. And like, yeah, his performance is like heart-wrenching, and the whole time you watch that show, you're just like, oh my god, I feel you. But he is a young whippersnapper, and I feel like the Academy is gonna be like, you can get the Tony some other time. There are real career men at work here. I could see the voters being like, yeah, you did a real good job, but like, what are you, like 22? We're not gonna give our highest holy award to you. No, come back like in 5 years. Maybe. Because you're going to be doing this for a while. You've got that tenor, and people will write shows for you probably, again. So, like, sorry, spin the wheel next time. Or maybe they'll be like, alright, take it. And then Andy Karl. Andy Karl? Who even is that? Andy Karl has been around the block a few times. Andy Karl is kind of like Christian Borle if Christian Borle wasn't as well known. I feel like that's kind of the thing that separates them. He's been on Broadway. He's been around the area for a while. He was in Legally Blonde. He was the UPS guy. He was in The Mystery of Edwin Drood. He was in On the 20th Century. One of those was with Chenoweth. And he was Rocky in that show. Rocky. And here's the thing. You know what academies love more than anything? When an actor has to undergo a physical transformation for a role. Andy Karl did a huge amount of physical training for Rocky and never got recognized for it. Because Rocky wasn't particularly well received, and maybe they feel bad. Maybe they're like, you've been around the block a few times, but you haven't really had your due. Everyone else except for Josh Groban and Ben Platt, because it's their first time on Broadway, have had Tony wins. I see them being like, you fit exactly in the middle of what we want to reward. You're not too young, you're not too old, you're not really famous yet, but you're not totally unknown, right in the middle. And he had that injury and still went on to perform in Groundhog Day. The dude is a monster. So I think Andy Karl might very well get it. And this is regardless of who I want to win. Because who I want to win is... So I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. And in a couple weeks, I guess we'll know. Bye.